It's Week 18 of the 2025 season, and we'll get a look here at wideout A.J. Brown. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Eagles and the Giants, and it's coming up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They'll run here with a rookie. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Tracy. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now Jones. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
Jordan Davis, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away.
Britton Covey deep for Philadelphia.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
Slot man moves right.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
He's got Brown on the out route complete.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still first down.
From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Quick slant here to Smith.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Hurts.
And he fends him off. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
That's caught. Allen Robinson.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
In motion, Slayton.
Now Jones. Off play action. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to it?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
Here's Hurts to throw.
It fights him off. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
In motion right, Campbell. Throwing is Hurts.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The possession switching back to the New York Giants.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
They'll start with a run by Tracy. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this Eagle defense.
Yeah, they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Dancing to his left. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. If this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. The Eagles at 7-9 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. New York set to take the field.
So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Right back to Tracy.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
We're scoreless after 1. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones.
The short throw pulled in by Bellinger.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
They start the drive here with Gainwell.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Give the credit there to Jordan Phillips, getting in the backfield for the tackle for loss. Back to Gainwell here on 2nd down.
Shifts past him at the 45. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. They get 8 yards back there, and they could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon, as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And New York set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And taken right at the 35.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7, and it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly.
It's caught. Smith. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw here.
Got his man. It's Gainwell.
And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. A gain of 8 there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. From the gun, it's Hurts. That is caught. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
This is caught.
And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Gainwell.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
Holding. Offense.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Gainwell gets it on the option.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 12-yard line.
2nd down and goal.
Hurts.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Oh, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Eagles post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Throwing to start the drive, Jones. This one is Slayton over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. Off play action, Jones. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Back to throw, Jones. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Hurts going to give this to Shipley.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Straight ahead, Shipley.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. In motion right, Campbell.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That'll be caught by Shipley.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and the Eagles are going to have a 1st down. They'll look to throw here.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a third down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll drop to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Slant pass hauled in by Campbell.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. In motion right, Campbell.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he fires one, but incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Now Jake Elliott, earlier in his career, he beat these Giants with a 61-yarder. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Throwing, Jones. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
1st down, New York.
Now Jones. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before break. Jones gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he's got it inside the 10. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you, too, in a bit. For now, Plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. The Panthers had too much talent to finish where they did, as a Week 18 victory can only up their final mark to 7-10 on the year. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Jahmyr Gibbs, a touchdown run in the victory. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He was able to take it in himself for the game's only touchdown. And you wonder if this coaching staff will ask him to do a bit more the rest of the way. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On the handoff, it's Shipley.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds, because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to Shipley.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Off the play fake, Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hurts.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Number 6 brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
They'll give it to Shipley.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Once again, it's Shipley.
Ooh, with a juke.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding.
3rd down and 10.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back, but how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And they get the guard, John Runyon. Running left is Tracy. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Robinson's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Gain on the play. First down, Giants.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Operating from the gun, Jones.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On to give, it's Tracy. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
At the 40-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get that complete to Albert O. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Hurts sets up to throw it. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Zone read. Here's Shipley. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Shipley again. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he slings one that's incomplete. Albert Okuwebunam, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Third down and 9 yards to go.
Throwing is Hurts. Out route pass complete to Goddard. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll be 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. New York ready to go again offensively. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Here's 2nd and 10. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So a change of possession here on the punt. The Eagles offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. They'll start on the ground with Shipley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles 1st down as the tackle made up near the 35.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A run on 1st down with Shipley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 43-yard line.
Here comes Shipley. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 64 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 46.
False start. Offense.
Well, maybe he was going to be involved in that play from his tight end spot, and he jumped.
Yeah, don't tell me that those guys don't like to block. That's what we say about them nowadays in the NFL. But I think he felt like he was one of the key pieces in that play and wanted to get out and execute the assignment very fast.
He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Play action. Here's Hurts. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
They'll try and run the option.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Out route, and it's complete to Brown.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
That's good for another Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
This will be caught once again by Brown.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 21-yard line.
Now back to throw. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Steps away to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
Well, here we sit, week 17, just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
False start. Offense.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's Shipley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's a give left side for Shipley. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. On the run is Shipley. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. That is caught. And some space here. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. To the sideline and incomplete. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here. And we'll step aside. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First down, New York.
Back to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Automatic first down.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. It showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. Robinson hauling it in outright. At a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down. Jones. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Locke, got to have this one. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Gano the extra point, and that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll keep it on the ground. Shipley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Shipley. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Nifty move. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Eagles, they'll finish a game below 500 at 8-9 on the year. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll finish a less than stellar campaign with a mark of 6-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.